Going live. All right, people, here we go. And we're getting a little bit better at it. Donna, do you want to jump over and pop your head in?
Hi.
Donna's going to be helping on the call today. We're going to be showcasing some technology. We're going to be showcasing special offers for the holidays for Black Friday. And we've got some great specials and actually a lot of really cool technology. So we are setting up right now
I don't know which
our
one.
new red light technology. And the red light technology, for anybody that hasn't seen it, is super cool. It's very portable. And I'm going to showcase that right now. We'll wait for some more people to come in. But this is the new red light panel. And so, what we're going to do is we're going to be giving some of these away for free with the purchase of a terahertz wand, with the purchase of let me get our stream going on just a sec, with our Wave Watch and some other products, and getting this into the hands of people that are out there. And there we go. We're going to go to our live chat. So the other thing is, our website address is, I'm going to put that in here. We're going to be doing special offers for people on the call. So if you are on the call and you see something on the website you like, we're going to do custom offers for that as well. So there we go. We got the website up and running. So let's get this over here. So first off, we're going to get into the red light panel. Now, the red light panel is a super cool piece of technology, very small, very portable, very easy to work with. Basically, what you do is you press this down for 5 seconds, that's on, and then you can go either red light or far infrared. And so there's a difference between infrared and I'm going to go ahead and um, we'll do let's hold this down. Now it's solid green. So now if we go to near infrared, you can barely see that, but the bulbs are going to have some light coming out of those. So you can basically just be sitting at your desk. You can have this next to your bedstand. The package comes with, where are the goggles?
Here.
Package comes with a little set of goggles right here that you can put on, and you can basically have this red light technology. Now, this is the far infrared. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off. So I just turn that off. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll go to the red light, and now you can see here we've got the red light going. And this is a really great little piece of technology because it's so portable and so easy to work with. So we've got specials right now on the website, Healthy Life Technology. We've got it in the chat section, but there's a special packages area there where you can go online and see packages where we're going to be giving these away free with the purchase of some of the other items. These are also 35% off. And one thing also that I'm going to do is get into the benefits of red light and red light therapy, which is actually quite vast. So we'll go ahead and leave that on for there. We'll just leave that on. And if you want to know what some of the benefits are, there's a difference between red light and infrared light, and a lot of that has to do with the wavelengths, and it also has to do with the um, frequency spectrum that they're running on. But as an example, we'll just go into infrared light benefits, um, and there's a lot of them on there. So I'm actually just going to go back to Google and go ahead and type that in. So for red light benefits, you've got infrared light benefits, you've got pain relief. Infrared can assist with pain relief, inflammation by increasing blood circulation, and I'm going to put the light. Let's see, let's just slide this down a little bit so you can kind of see it on there. Maybe not, but it's very good for inflammation caused by increasing blood circulation, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the injured tissues. improve cardiovascular health. Infrared light increases the production of nitric oxide, which helps relax arteries and reduces blood clots, prevents blood clots. Skin health. Now, there's a lot of data on skin health. Infrared light can improve skin clarity, tone, texture, resilience. It also stimulates the release of toxic waste. Weight loss. Studies suggest that infrared light therapy may help with weight loss. Improve lung and heart health. Infrared light therapy may help with specific conditions such as asthma, high blood pressure, improving heart and lung health, improve metabolic health. Infrared light can improve fasting, blood sugar, and others, and reduce lower back pain. And it also can help with detoxification, reduce muscle tension, relaxation, wound healing, treatment of ophthalmic, neurological, and psychiatric disorders, stimulating the proliferation of cardiac stem cells. So that's a lot of benefits that you get with red light and infrared light technology. And once again, this little unit right here is a brand new unit. We're just unveiling it now, but this is going to be something that we're going to have on special on the website. If you go to healthylifetechnology.com, and also it's going to be bundled with packages. So as an example, we've got a package where if you purchase a 7.0 wand at the normal price, you're going to get the red light technology for free. If you purchase the Wave Watch, which is our sound frequency watch, which is one of our also best sellers, where it is, once again, you're going to get a free infrared light panel, portable light panel with red light and infrared light. And we're also taking requests. So if there's somebody on the call or somebody that we run into that says, hey, I'm looking for a special on this item, then we're going to create special offers based on the needs of our customers and what your requests might be. So if you see something on the website, you're like, wow, I want a deal on that. That is super cool. Then we're going to be able to work with you on that as well. One of the other things that we're going to have specials on are going to be our new quartz lamps. We've got the rose quartz lamp, which is a huge bestseller. People love that. Creates a real nice ambiance in the room. And Donna, can you hand me the rose quartz box? Here, I got it. And you can see here with the box that these are super, super cool. And we've got them in the office all over. People come in, they love them. Really sets off the ambiance of a room. And for anybody that's out there that wants, that's into crystals, we're very big into crystals, and crystal light technology. We'll be unveiling that next. Donna's over here helping me get all of our products in order. But we're going to go to the benefits of rose quartz. So we've also got a selenite lamp, which that's in my office. Actually, you know what? If you want to go in the back, just grab a box, and we'll put a brand new box out there. Benefits of rose quartz. We do so many broadcasts out of our technology rooms, and today it's like, man, I really need table space, so we're doing it out of our conference room. But rose quartz, as it says here, soft pink gemstone, said to have many benefits, including emotional healing, open the heart chakra, promoting love, compassion, forgiveness, help people with deeper connection with themselves and others. Physical health, rose quartz has benefits for physical health, more close to the heart. Skincare, it's used in products, tools for facials. It says that some rose quartz can stimulate the lymphatic system, reduce wrinkles, hydrate skin, and then well-being. It's a calming experience using rose quartz. So these rose quartz lamps, we've really gotten a lot of great feedback on these. Once again, these are going to be 50% off. We're going to run a limited special. We've got about 15 of those in stock. So while they're in stock, we are going to put those at 50% off. And we also have the selenite lamps, which are also huge bestsellers. People absolutely love those. and we're going to get into selenite, which was actually uh, selenite, if I remember correctly, is a stone used by the Greeks, and selenite is promoting peace and calm, providing clarity, um, evaluating this, elevating the spirit. It's an effective space cleanser, so it's really good for purifying the energy, cleaning the air, enhancing powers of manifestation, and promoting personal growth. And these selenite lamps, which are absolutely phenomenal, people love them, um, are super cool. And Donna's helping me here get this one open. And they come all wrapped up. And so you've got this right here. Do we have an extra outlet over here you can plug this into? Got a lot of stuff plugged in. And the thing I like about the selenite lamps is that they have a adjustment, so you can put them on high or low depending on what your mood is. We're going to go ahead and turn this one on. And so we can adjust the volume of the light. And these are super, super nice. You can see they really light up a room. It's a great ornamental piece, great for a coffee table, great for a bedstand. That's where I got one of mine, is on the bedstand. We also have 'em in the office, of course, because all the technology that we promote, we love it. So we have it all over the office as well. And it creates a good vibe. You want to take that off? Boom, there we go.
There we go, yeah.
So we can put that over here, and you can kind of see that we can light it up. It doesn't always look at the right type of, here we go. So the selenite lamps also are 50% off. You can get those off the website, the rose quartz lamps, the selenite lamps. And now another one of our best sellers, and I'll go ahead and take that now, is our Himalayan uh, detox unit. And let's see
Got it.
here. Yeah. So these are really amazing. These are a detox, salt detox. And basically, what you do is you just put your hands or your feet on these, and they literally detox the body. And so they're used a lot for the feet. So you could put these down on the floor. They've got a real nice hand carved wood around them, and you plug them in, they warm up, and you put your feet on them. Donna uses them a
My
lot.
hands all the time, right here.
Yeah.
And they work.
Yeah. Donna loves them. Donna, talk about your experience with them over here.
No, that's okay. It's a different kind of experience. They don't want to know that.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as just putting your
Right.
hands and feet on them. Yeah.
Just I'm always put they say to, as soon as you get out of the shower, dry your feet off
Okay.
and put them right on it.
Oh, as soon as you get out of the
Put
shower.
Socks on it or nothing.
Perfect. But if you're running around the house and your hands get cold or your feet get cold, you can put your feet up on here, but it's also used for a detox.
And they're great for regularity. Put it that way.
It's good for regularity.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good to know. In fact, can you grab the box over there and I'll show them the box also. But that's another item that we're going to have, which is going to be half price right now that we're running specials on. And we've got about, I don't know how many we've got of these in stock, but whatever you see on the website. But this is the Himalayan salt detoxer. These are very popular in they're very popular massage parlors or massage therapists, and also with med spas, places where you're getting pedicures, manicures, but you can take all the benefits of all that technology and start using it at home. So these are some of our top sellers. Now, once again, the Terahertz wand, this is on special, just the wand itself. Normally they're about $500. This is actually the 7.0. We've got the 6.0, which is also on sale, but you can see the 7.0 has always been a top seller because it's only about, well, right now it's only 55, $60 more than the 6.0, and it's about 20 to 25% bigger. You can see the size difference right there. And the Terahertz ones continue to be a best-selling product, probably one of our best sellers of all time. And once again, Donna, you just used it for your hip. Donna Feld, do you want to tell them a little bit
I
about?
fell on the concrete and I had a hip replacement in that hip, and I thought for sure it was going to be crack, broke, or something. Anyways, I got up and it hurt a little bit to walk. By the middle of the day, it was hurting really bad, and I used the Terahertz one, and I had the little one, and I used it for about 15 minutes and got up and I could walk. Like I still felt sore and I still felt a little pain, but I could walk and put my weight on my legs. So
So you basically came in limping that day, and by the time you're done using the
yeah.
wand for 15, 20 minutes, and that was the little one, that was the
Mhm.
6.0. So basically they all do the same thing. The more powerful the wand, the less amount of time, but that helped you remove your hip pain,
Mhm.
which we've had happen many times where people have had problems with their hips. We just had people here from Mexico, originally from Spain, that were using a lot of our technologies. One of the gals that came in had bad knee pain and shoulder pain, and we used the wand for about 15, 20 minutes, and the shoulder pain is almost gone, almost completely gone. And that was not only just the shoulder, that was back in the clavicle and kind of in the back of the back area right there by the shoulder blades. And so the Terahertz wands are definitely one of the all-time best sellers. Really good for skin. So if you have any skin issues, it's shown to have a lot of benefits for that, a lot of feedback. This is all, documented testimonials that we've gotten back from people. But the Terahertz wand, really good for stiffness, soreness, back pain. Now, just recently, and I'll have the video up, I woke up with an abscess and a big lump on the bottom part of my jaw, and I had to go see my mom, and I had to go up to see a medical company that I'm working with. And I was like, oh man, this is going to be a rough day. Within going on 5 days, it's completely gone. Like you had no idea actually that I had even had any type of inflammation in the jaw. It's completely gone. And I've got pictures of the morning it first happened where I would just say I was looking a little bit like a chipmunk, probably a good way of saying it. Um, and so the Terahertz one is really good for skin. I use it a lot anyway for mouth, teeth, and gums. It's good, like I said, for a lot of people reported hair growth, thicker hair. I'm 58 years old. I spent almost 30 years. I'm a sun freak. I mean, I don't care really what anybody says about that, but I'm big on the sun. And being in California for a good chunk of my life, I had a lot of really much deeper wrinkles, and the Terahertz wand has really helped take a lot of the wrinkles out, especially even over here. I'm just looking, I haven't even looked in a while, but I guess you call them crow's feet or whatever they are. Those are really dissipated. So, I mean, really good for skin. So many different uses for a Terahertz wand. And I just plug it in and use it, have it right next to my bed, run it for 5, 6 minutes before I go to bed. If there's something going on, like there was a couple weeks ago, I'll obviously use it more in the morning as well. And so right now with the terahertz wands, if you're jumping on, you weren't on earlier, we're giving away right now our new red light panels, our little mini panels. Basically, is this plugged in?
No, I unplugged it to plug
Oh,
this
you
in.
unplugged it. Can you plug it back in
Yes,
for
I
me,
sure
please?
will.
We're bouncing around electrical cords here, but if you buy a terahertz wand right now, or you buy the sound frequency wave watch,
go.
so this thing goes on, you hold this down for 5 seconds. Now it's solid. Now I can use the infrared. Infrared has different benefits than red light, but if I go now, I've got the red light on, and you can barely see kind of down in the bottom, but that infrared is really, really, really good. We just went through all the benefits of that earlier on the call. This is going to come with a little set of goggles that you can put on. So if you're going to use it for your face, red light is shown to be amazing for skin. And these are also 35% off. So you're going to get these at a really low price right now, also, which is also on the website. But if we want to turn off the red light, press this, go back here. Now we just turned it off. Now what we're going to do is put on the red light. So we're going to hit this and boom. And so now, and that's probably a better angle without blasting it into the camera and blinding everybody. But now you've also got the red light. Now it comes with this little panel right here. So you can just set it down on a table and, it's really good for detox. There's a lot of data on red light. Red light has gotten a lot of FDA clearance. There's a lot of red light information out there. But this is a phenomenal little thing. I mean, you could put it right here. Didn't you have inflammation or somewhere in your body that you used it
I used it on my arms,
on your arms?
just laying right where I was sleeping.
Yeah. And so, the red light is really good for that. And then just boom, once again, we just turn it off. Super, super. I mean, this is just a great little device. Red light technology, you're going to start hearing and seeing a lot more of it, mainly because now, like I said, there's a lot of FDA clearance and a lot of positive feedback, a lot of positive benefits. Now, if you're out there and you're watching this video and you haven't seen a black light, so basically, let me even navigate you. What you're going to do when you look for these specials is go on to Healthy Life Technology, which we've put down in the chat, and you're going to go to the package savings section, which I'll type in here. You can let that go. And so that is where you're going to Poppy Love. Medbed technology, everybody thinks they need a med bed, and I'm really glad you brought that up because 90% of the people that I deal with have stiffness, soreness, arthritis, and other things that these little handheld devices can deal with. These things have knocked out tumors, they're good for kidney function, neuropathy. These things start at $350, and the biggest misconception about med beds is that people think that they absolutely have to have a med bed, but in all honesty, 90% of the people that we talk to, there's little handheld technologies that you can have for your home that are very inexpensive, that are going to do a phenomenal job dealing with the issues that you've got. And a lot of technology nowadays, energy frequency based technology, has become much more affordable. So, depending on what it is that you have going on, Poppy, there's a very good chance that something very small is going to be very useful for you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the feedback. Yeah, so I've been using a lot of these technologies now for a couple of years. Now the Wave Watch, the sound frequency watch, um, that has 1,000 frequency sets in it. And I'll take this off so I can do a little better job of kind of showing you what it looks like. But you've got all these different frequencies that you can run. And if I can get it to the camera correctly, um, you've got Lyme's and pain and pathogens and organs and men, women, all different kinds of frequencies. And you can run all of these sound frequencies through your wrist. And this thing is phenomenal. I mean, in addition to the testimonials that I put together, there's literally thousands and thousands of testimonials on this technology, which is also very inexpensive. And like I said, you've got all the different ones for pain, burns, dental, kidney stones. I ran a scan and found out that my pancreas was not in good condition. So there's also the organ frequencies. I can run very specific frequencies for organs. And there's more. It's not just those. You've got chronic ones, which the chronic, you got stuff for parasites, ALS, asthma, Crohn's, cystic fibrosis, diabetes, migraines, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis. Everything runs on a frequency, right? And so the goal really for what we do is to provide technology that gives you the greatest benefit for the least amount of money. Um, the medbed category gets a lot of attention because obviously it's very sci-fi and it's super cool, and there's a lot coming down the pipeline with med beds. but there's little devices like watches and terahertz wands and red light panels that all, provide a ton of benefit. Um, yeah, and so a lot of this stuff has worked really well for me. I am my own testimonial, honestly. Yeah, yeah. Doctors keep prescribing. Yeah, yeah. We're moving into a changing world, and I appreciate that feedback, Poppy Love. First of all, that's a great name. I love Poppy Love. That's awesome. But Albert Einstein said about 100 years ago, the future of medicine will be the medicine of frequencies, right? And so I think we're starting to move and shift into a whole nother realm of technology. Donna, can you grab the grounding stuff? Like I think there's a grounding. I know there's some in the film room, or if you can find any in the back, you could grab maybe. Yeah, grab that. The grounding technology is really, 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 yeah, the box is fine. The grounding technology is really important,
Do you want the other things?
no, that's fine. And boom, here we go. This is really great technology right here. Um, oh my God, it's so uncoordinated. But you can see the anti-aging bed covers obviously been one of our best-selling products. And hopefully you can read that, but it's made with nano-woven silver. And thank you. Sleeping on that every night, you get 20% deeper REM sleep. That's a third party independent study. There's been $21 million worth of studies, or 21 studies done, spent millions of dollars. A lot of those out of San Diego, where I spent the majority of my life. Um, Deeper REM sleep, less anxiety, less depression. It's good for your blood circulation. It's really good for reducing inflammation. And, we're all little electrical creatures. So if we can tap into the earth frequency and put our feet on the ground when it's warm out, that's absolutely one of the best things you can do. And obviously that's free. Um, yeah. So the med beds, controlled by the military, that's such a good subject. Nikola Tesla obviously did a lot of great work, right? And Tesla developed a lot of technology. There's a lot of technology out there now that's been um, kind of hidden, is probably a nice way of saying it. It's a very powerful technology that's over 100 years old. When you get into the med bed technology that the military is involved with, that's technology that's coming from what I call off planet. That's like extraterrestrial technology that's also very powerful. I had a person, Leselina, I had a person that had brought that up. And when you think of medbed technology, like a lot of the stuff that we've got, this stuff is really good. It's energy and frequency based technology. I just had people here from Puerto Nuevo, originally from Spain, that spent time here, and they saw a lot of benefits within just a couple of hours of using a lot of these real, I call them basic technologies. Um, but there's a lot of technology out there now. So if you get into med beds, right, and we talk a lot about med beds and med bed technology, um, and it's like kind of nice that we can delve into this. So thank you for bringing that up. The technology that we have now, if you think of it, is like the invention of the car, right? I told somebody earlier, when they invented the car, the Model T, Henry Ford, and there's probably somebody that did it before Henry Ford, but Henry Ford did it big, right? So when the Model T came out, people were not having to walk and take a horse and buggy. They actually could get in a vehicle and drive from point A to point B. That's the technology that we've got right now. It's functional, basic technology that can do a very good job for a very wide host of things. But the stuff that's going to come through the military is going to be extraterrestrial technology that's, like driving a Ferrari. So there's a lot of people right now that get a ton of benefits. So let's think about it. If you had to walk 10 miles, um, Poppy, I'll get to your thing. But if you had to walk 10 miles and you could drive in a car instead of having to walk or take a buggy, that's a huge step. That's a huge step forward, right? And then obviously there's going to be development of that. Some of the people right now that have made this technology that's out there, like the EE system, Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, she's tied in with the government, right? She's tied in with the government. She developed the technology as an independent contractor and has made it available. And a lot of the people that came to her were military because the military knew that she had something that she was doing that was working. And she's got thousands, tens of thousands of testimonials on the EE system, the EE technology. And so there is a lot of very powerful technology that's out there right now. Now, is it the extraterrestrial med beds that are coming in to hospitals? It's not that, but it's still very powerful. So people like me that have heard this going on for 10 years, I know it's coming. I don't know when it's coming, but in the meantime, I'm not going to sit on my thumbs and, just say, well, nothing we can do, just kick the can down the road. It'll come someday. If it's not coming from the military or extraterrestrials, then it just must not be any good. But to tell me that Nikola Tesla wasn't very smart, that he couldn't figure stuff out, he was smarter than probably, a wide range of people that are out there now. And just so people know, the government doesn't build med beds, right? I keep hearing the government med beds. No, the government doesn't build med beds. Nobody in the Senate is building a med bed. Nobody in Congress is building a med bed. Med beds are built by private defense contractors. So anybody that thinks the government, no, the government isn't doing anything except outsourcing technology from other people that have smart people working there. And people like Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, who's been working and affiliated with agencies that are involved with that, they don't need to sit under they don't need to sit under the roof of a military contract to go out and do good work. So in addition to Tesla technology, Raymond Royal Rife, who built a microscope that magnified cells by 60,000 times. And they could look under a cell 60,000 time magnification and run frequencies through it and know what would enhance the cell and what would get rid of a cell, right? So all that stuff is all very, very beneficial, and it's proven and probably helped tens of thousands, if not more people over the last 50, 60, 100 years that they made that technology. But they did a very good job of trying to, you know, um, keep it out of the public eye, so to speak, is probably the best way of putting it. Um, so there will be government med beds, right? There will be the military med beds. Those are coming, but for anybody out there now that's tired of waiting or has things going on that they don't really want to sit around and wait for these government med beds, there's no reason to sit around and wait, unless you're really in a deep hole. And there's stuff that has to do with the regeneration. So a lot of military vets and people that are looking to regenerate limbs and different things. That technology with those med beds, the holographic, it's more advanced holographic where you can regrow limbs. That will be coming, but there's a lot of technology that's out there now, and so I really appreciate Poppy and Lazalina. I really appreciate you leaving these comments because this is all information that's out there and it's valid information. I mean, when people say the med beds are coming, I'm with them 100%. They are coming. And the ones that are coming are not going to be the Model T med beds that we're driving now. They're going to be the Ferraris, like these ancient, well, older civilizations. Some of these civilizations are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years further advanced and developed than we are here. And they're waiting for the right time, place, and circumstance to release that. I want to put down Elena Denon in the chat. Elena Denon. Elena, if I misspelled her name, I really didn't apologize. But if you could go online and find her YouTube channel, she knows a lot about that. She's pretty dialed in with a lot of these extraterrestrial groups. She's kind of a facilitator through a group called the Galactic Federation, which is a group of benevolent extraterrestrials that are trying to help us get things moving here. and see change, right? But change begins with us individually, and it begins with us being loving, kind, compassionate people, and not giving our power away to third parties. When you understand how powerful we are as human beings, and that we can manifest and do so many things eternally, um, so many people I'd love to share what is real healthy. Yeah, Poppy, I appreciate you with the feedback. And you know what? It's nice. I didn't really do a lot of lives before. Like if you followed my channel a while, I'm just like, doing a lot of Zoom calls and, just turn on the camera and doing stuff. And it's nice too, because you can meet Donna. Donna works with me, but I value her feedback as well, right? Because when we're getting products and we're using products, it's not just based on my opinion. I want to know if people are getting results from it. I want Donna's feedback. Things that I might use a terahertz wand for might be different than what Donna's going to use it for. And I want to be excuse me, I want to have information for all age groups. Um, and and Poppy and Luz and anybody else, are you saying red light therapy works as well or being more affordable than med beds? Well, it depends on what you're using it for, right? So red light therapy is really good for detoxification. It's really good for your skin. It's really good for stimulating the mitochondria for more energy. But if you're using a med bed, the only thing I could really think of that you can't find technology now to help you is going to be like the holographic regrowing of limbs. I think just about everything else, there's technology out there that's available to deal with just about any and all health conditions. There was a guy that left a message for me on our last call on the holographic med beds. And if anybody saw that video, if you want to chime in, this is so nice. I love being able to talk. I'm a horrible typer, right? So if I can chat and talk and answer questions, it's a lot better than me typing. But he had said that there was issues with heart valves, right? And if you're trying to regrow cells and do stuff, and um, Donna, can you go to the top drawer, the drawer, the top drawer right next to my desk that has the crystals on it, and there's an envelope on there that says X39. Yeah. Um, stem cells can be any cell of the body, right? And so if your body needs heart valve cells, the number one thing you want to do is try to stimulate stem cells, right? You want to get your stem cells activated. Um, and When you're young, you activate a mass majority of your stem cells, like 70, 80, 90% of stem cells up until the time you're 30 are activated. So your aging is very minimal and you can regenerate stuff fast. If you get injured, you can recover quick. Did you find those? Yeah. Yeah. So these right here, X39, and I'll put a link down below. Um, these activate dormant stem cells. And um, it's a patch and a patch. But basically, and I'm wearing one right now. I swear by these things. This is my patch. I put it right up above the top of my neck and I keep them on all the time. Although it's 12 hours on and 12 hours off. So um, I don't, there's times where I don't have them on. But basically, what they do is they stimulate copper peptides in your body, and by stimulating copper peptides in the body, it activates dormant stem cells, right? And so Pamela, who's a dear friend of mine that basically got me into all this stem cell, she works for a stem cell clinic. And what happens is that, I'm gonna put this in there, when they got people getting ready to come in for stem cell treatments, they they put them on these patches, and really they get double the harvest. They get double the harvest of stem cells on average by putting people on these patches. Now, if you follow the channel, and I don't know if you saw my interview with Dr. Mike Van Thielen, he ran a stem cell clinic for a while. And what they found is that when you inject stem cells, like say you got a bad shoulder and you're going to rehab it, if you inject stem cells into the body, what's going to happen is that the stem cells are going to go to where they're most badly needed. So even though you injected stem cells into your shoulder, if it turns out that your internal organs, or in this case, your heart valve needs those stem cells more, they're going to your heart valve, right? Like you can put them anywhere in the body, but the brain is going to dictate where the stem cells are most needed, and that's where they're going to get sent to. And if you're activating dormant stem cells, then you're really, giving your body the opportunity to regenerate at another level. And a stem cell can be any kind of cell. In fact, there was a lot of talk on the terahertz wands initially when they first came out that if you use those in the tailbone area, they would help activate dormant stem cells. And so there was a doctor that did a Zoom call with us and talked about, how he was using the terahertz wand in the lower back. Now, the X39 patches, which I just put the link down in the chat, um, are also very, very powerful. Like they're proven to activate dormant stem cells. And, it's one of those things where it's not going to happen overnight. It's more of being consistent with the time of use. But if you look at the data that's been collected on those, and they've been making those now for almost 20 years, it's amazing. It's really amazing. And so for me, that's just like a no-brainer. It just goes on, just like, I put on my socks and shoes, I throw a patch on, and I've been doing that now for probably 6, 7, 8 months, and I can definitely see that there's a difference in my overall appearance and just my overall health and wellness. So we keep circling back to med beds, and I keep circling out of it because I just, like I said initially on the call, there's just so many technologies out there can address so many different things, and some of them are very inexpensive. I mean, putting your feet on the ground is obviously free. Terahertz wands are $350. I've got a half a dozen different things over the years, a couple of years I've had them, that have really helped me. Donna, who's been with me now for a few months, has had multiple benefits from those. And, and the goal is to live a healthy, happy life because, you need good nutrition. Obviously, you need good sleep. But, there's another part of med beds, which is, what caused the problem? If you're not going to address um, if you're not going to address the problem and you go sit in a med bed, is there a chance that you get out and it reoccurs? Yeah. So staying ahead of stuff with good nutrition, staying ahead of stuff with exercise, staying ahead of stuff with, just maintenance, just like you change the oil in your car. That's kind of like what you want to do with the body. But I am very well aware that as time goes on, we're going to start seeing healthier, happier lives because there's a lot of really good technology making its way, to the general public. And that has to do with the mind, has to do with the body, has to do with spirit, has to understand your potential. And Poppy, I'm back over to you. X39 patch stimulate copper peptides. It's not actually copper, it's a copper peptide within the body, right? And so what these patches are actually are crystals. And we're all light beings, right? So as light beings, which is really crazy, we actually throw off light energy. Like if you look at us, there's chromium photography. There's a couple different types of photography, but chromium photography shows your aura. Like when you take a picture of somebody, you can see the light energy around the body. And what these patches are doing is it's a configuration of crystals that when the light of your body goes out, it hits the patch and it sends some of that light energy back in. But through the configuration of those crystals, it's sending a very specific light frequency back into the body. And that light frequency is stimulating the copper peptides in the body, which then in turn activate the stem cells. So, we're light beings, right? I mean, just, you know, how do you wrap your head around that? We're light beings. It's like, this isn't the kind of stuff we talk about. It's not stuff that's in our vocabulary. And but when you look at what we are physically composed of and what we're actually all about, internally, externally, holographic, when you activate your mind and you put your mind to work as already healed, as visually already in the state of being healed, and you get out of that mentality where you keep repeating that broken record, where you say, I have this disease, I have this disease, and you keep reinforcing it and thickening it and making it even worse. You just, we call things speaking them into existence, right? And sometimes we're our own worst enemies because we don't understand how powerful words are, how powerful thoughts are. And there's a huge difference. Like people say, well, positive affirmations. Yeah, positive affirmations. But guess what? Sitting here telling me 5 times in a row that you've got, some type of Crohn's disease or something, you're just reinforcing it. Like it's just like it's the illness isn't in the body. The illness is in the brain. And you got to fix the brain to fix the body many times. And, you know, that's where technology doesn't help. People think, oh, I got med beds. Yeah, but if you're mentally warped and you keep repeating negative things and you can't change psychologically out of that, you're going to reoccur. It's going to keep coming back, right? You have to shut up and stop talking about being sick and stop getting sympathy or empathy or whatever God's name you're trying to do and say, look, already healed. I feel better. Like, even if you don't, you have to shift that because the brain and the mind is going to give you what you focus on. Energy flows where attention goes. And if that's where it is, it's like, that's why this whole thing, right, with all these med beds gets very esoteric because it's body, mind, spirit. We keep talking about the body. Oh, my body's all messed up. Yeah, right. It is. And what caused that, right? Maybe there was something emotional that got stored in the body that broke it down. We got to get the emotional stuff out. Maybe it's just, you've been contaminated by our food supply, which is toxic in many cases. We got glyphosate and all this stuff in our food. Maybe you got exposed to toxic heavy metal, and we got to get the toxic heavy metal out of the body, and that got through some type of exposure. But there's multiple layers of health and wellness, and you have to understand that every single part has to be in the fight, as I call it. And it's kind of an oxymoron because I guess you don't, but but it has to be in the balance of wanting to be healthy, right? So you have to be focused on positive outcomes, mentally envisioning yourself as already healed, mentally envisioning yourself in great health, mentally envisioning yourself walking again, whatever it is, right? But the mind has to be there where that's already happening. It's possible because, with stem cells and everything else, there's a lot of things that we have the capability of doing. There's thousands and thousands of case studies of people that were told, oh, you're never going to walk again. Well, the minute you buy into that, you probably won't. The minute that you say, you probably know what I'm going to say, but it's a 4-letter word, and you say, no, I'm not accepting that. I'm gonna find a way and I'm gonna do it. And that's why Dr. Joe Dispenza is such a great, great guy. Dr. Joe Dispenza has turned out to be one of the world's leading um, uh, mind programmers because he got the diagnosis that his back was broken. It was it. And he didn't accept that. The guy on the call yesterday, John Baxter, who developed a lot of this technology, he did it to fix himself from having a broken back. He broke his neck wrestling. He got slammed on the mat and broke his neck and was all screwed up for 15 years. He didn't accept that there was nothing that they could do, right? And so, where are you? You're not the one, hopefully, that's saying, oh, I got Crohn's, so I can't eat this. I have this. And it's like, God, I've got a friend of mine. You can't go anywhere to a restaurant. They'll repeat 5 different health issues. It's like, oh my dear God. And you know what? I still love this person anyway. It's a friend of a friend. It's a friend of mine, but I hear that, but the problem is they're so in love with hearing that, and that they've so sold on that story that they've got all these ailments and they got to keep repeating it, and they're not going to break out of it. They're done. I mean, there's a chance maybe I can envision them breaking out of it and help manifest them to break out of it and visually say that they've woken up and they're out of that, because you can't find a solution until your mind is working properly, right? You can't go in and say, oh, I'm going to use this technology, and then come out of there and say, well, I'm trying to use it, but I have this Crohn, I have this, and diverticulitis, and all this. Like, and I'm not saying it's not legit. I'm not saying that you don't have it. I'm saying that if you keep reinforcing it, you're basically making it much harder to get yourself out of that hole. You keep wanting to get out of a hole, and then you keep grabbing a shovel and digging yourself deeper by the words that you're using. So, you know, isn't it funny, Poppy Love, that we can start off talking about Black Friday specials and get into med bed talk? But it's all good. I mean, it's good. And for anybody that's jumped on here, we've got specials on the website under packages. We're doing stuff with the red light. I'll just circle back to that real quick, and then I'll be happy to answer more questions. But we got our new red light technology here. Um, this is basically a little mini panel, so you can turn this thing on and put it up by your face. If you have sore shoulders, sore back, you can keep the light on there. But if you're going to do it for that, I would go to the infrared. So you've got red light and infrared. The infrared is probably going to be better for, and you can see it's not as bright, but it penetrates deeper. It's better for muscle tissue and other things. We're giving these away free if you buy a Wave watch, if you buy a Terahertz wand. We've got specials that we're running right now on our lamps. We've got our, do you want to just hand me the boxes? I guess we've got our Himalayan salt detoxer. This thing's super cool. Detox the body, putting your feet on there, keep them nice and warm, keep your hands warm. Um, Boom, simile detoxer. And if you've been following the channel, I love crystals. Crystals are super powerful. Our rose quartz lamp, which I absolutely love. Our selenite lamp, which we had on earlier, that's sitting here. This stuff, and we're in our conference room right now. And is the one on the counter, is that turned on? The rose quartz one is. I'll just spin it over. You can see we've got the rose quartz one there. We've got all these lamps and stuff all over. But you know what? If we like it and we think it's cool, we sell it. But it has benefit, right? Crystals. I love crystals because they don't come on or off. They're just on, and you're always getting the energy of them. And that's another thing. Okay, so I'm going to go back to questions. How long before the X 39? So, Michael, what they usually tell you is that you want to use the patches for 1 month for every 10 years of your life. So if you're like me, and in my I'm pushing 60, 58 right now, I would need to be using these things for probably a good solid 5 to 6 months before I really see the real benefit. But it's a slow, gradual benefit. But I have definitely seen it. And I think I've been on these things now for about 8 months. And so, I'm just going to say at 58 years old, I feel pretty damn good. I mean, honestly, I'm still working out and still expecting the same, you know, uh, workouts. I'm not like saying, "Oh, I'm getting old. I need to start." No, I'm like, no, I'm not buying into that. Um, in fact, I go hiking around this wooded area down by our house, and it's about 150 acres. It's a big park. It's almost 2 miles, and I'm humping 35-pound dumbbells around. And honestly, I will tell you, it is a butt kicker. But I don't say, "Oh, well, I need to lighten." That's just not my mentality. There will probably be a time where I'm like, at any time where it's like, okay, that's cool. If I just stay there, I'm good with that. But I think the good health and nutrition and the other stuff that we do, but a lot of it's mental, like, trust me, when I'm heading down to the park and I know I'm gonna carry those dumbbells around, I'm like, oh. But when I'm done, I'm like mentally, like it's meant I'm pushing myself mentally. It's technically a physical workout. It's really a mental workout because you have to, like it takes a lot of mental fortitude to push through that. And my goal is, I don't know if I'll do it by the first of the year, hopefully by my birthday next February, but I want to get to 40s, right? And eventually I'd like to do 50 pounds. Um, but when I first did the 30 pounds, which I started with, I had to stop 4 or 5 times. Once I got 30 down and I could do that, I'm like, all right, let's try 35. And now I can get through the walk without stopping. So now I got to still build up to that. Trust me, I'm still just crying to mommy when I do that. But the patches I feel like are an important part of it. So not to get off track, but if you guys know me, I do get off track quite a bit. So let's go back to another question. Um, we are light beings like an electrical. We're electrical beings, right? That's why like some of the technology, the multi-wave oscillators, that's an old technology, but what is it doing? It's pumping electrical energy into your body. Your cells are batteries. And so when you're getting all that extra energy in those batteries, you have more energy to do things, right? People, like anybody that's been sick, it's like, why do I have very low energy when I'm sick? Well, because your body needs the energy to heal, right? And so, but when you're healthy and you're getting those just for daily maintenance for 15 minutes or, 3 or 4 or 5 times a week, phenomenal, really good technology. Um, yes, Michael, good question. Voicing our illnesses. God spoke things into existence. God spoke things into existence. Poppy, love. I love that. You're absolutely right. God spoke things into existence. And when God spoke, it wasn't talking about a lot of negative things, quite frankly. But you live in either faith or you live in fear, right? You live in faith or you live in fear. So you have to be in a faith-based reality where, regardless of whether the whole thing is caving in on you, you still envision that something. And this isn't just for health. This is like, and this is called Life 101. And trust me, we've all been in that situation where things are not going good and you're getting crushed. And it's like, you know what? I'm already visually seeing the outcome and I've accomplished the goal and I'm already living as if it's been accomplished, even though I'm still taking a beating. Like it goes back to that walk. I'm a mental fortitude. I'm not breaking. I'm not quitting. I'm not accepting failure. I'm not accepting anything other than if I'm alive and I'm living and breathing, I'm in the fight and I'm pushing forward and I'm going to succeed. That's 100% of what it comes down to. That's why things like the walks and working out and doing different things. It's not technically there is a benefit physically for that, but really it's about maintaining a very tough, not tough. It's about having a strong mind, strong body. But then that translates into everything. I mean, there's times here at this business where I'm getting pounded. If you guys know me, I'm going to flip it over here. Um, we're talking med beds, but if you look in my showroom, it's all medical equipment, doctor equipment, stretchers, gurneys, beds, exam tables, because I'm in the medical industry also. That's what got me into this. And there's times where it's like, oh my God, we just had a truck that got damaged, or we had this or that, or who knows what, right? It can be of any and all things. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. I figure out what is my solution, mentally focus on that, and that's that's really like that's the foundation of everything. Anything that's related to health and wellness starts with a strong mind. People that already know that they're going to push through, people that already visualize that they are well, people are in the mindset where they already are healed, don't need healing, right? They can, you can, it's so powerful things you can program with your mind. So if we get that straight, like I said, there's a large number of people that probably don't need a lot of these technologies. I mean, I think the technologies are great. I use them, but that doesn't mean that I should compromise my diet. It doesn't mean that I should, not push a little bit once in a while when I'm not feeling the best and say, well, guess what? You're going out and you're going to hit the gym or whatever. Poppy Love, Janice Shaw, infrared heaters, cool. Yes. It does throw off some heat. It does throw off some heat. These are really cool though. This thing here, the Himalayan salt lamps. These things are warm. And like we were talking earlier, it's getting cold out. If you want to warm your hands up, you put them on here, and it's really good for detoxing, right? A lot of benefits there, but it also is just very comforting. You take your shoes off at night and you sit down by the fireplace, or you're sitting down watching TV, and you can put your feet up on there. Um, but that's also very, very good. Um, Poppy, you're just so wonderful here. You got all these questions. What are you saying about what you're thinking and having a good mental and emotional and add spiritual? We are spirit, right? You're a spiritual being having a human experience and not a human being that has spiritual experiences. That whole concept. We've just been so we've been so programmed, in so many different ways. And when you tap into the spiritual powers you have as a spiritual being, like a holographic being that, like the minute you say I am, and the minute you say I am, and you become whatever it is, there's infinite miracles and infinite possibilities all around you, but you just have to embrace them and open up to them. One of the things that's actually very interesting, because you can get into this physics and you can get into a spiritual level. This mouse, everything in this room is made out of atoms, right? And did you know that in an atom is 99% empty space? So, how is it that something that's hard and solid, that's composed of atoms, right? It's like it's it's actually 99% empty space. And that empty space is referred to as potential. So there's potential within third dimensional matter, and there's a lot of potential based within the abilities that we have as little parts and parcels of God to manifest the reality that we want. But you have to be very clear about what you want. You have to stay focused. And when things come in that are not, ideal, it's okay. It's not like, oh, I have to keep the focus, or no. Hey, this is coming in, like, something happens. I'm focused on this outcome. Well, that came, but you know what? It's going to be okay because I'm focused on this outcome. So even when there's setbacks and you're not trying to mind control yourself, you're just letting stuff flow, but you're already living in the moment that the outcome that you're looking for has already happened. Because what you're dealing with now is past energy, past thoughts, and all the energy around you is from your past thoughts. So as you push through that and start presenting the new thoughts and the new outcomes, then those things gradually start moving your way. The connections, the people, the coincidental run-ins, all those things start manifesting. So that's with health, wellness, business, life, relationships, all of that, right? You know, these things always start on med beds. I always take it off of med beds because there's a lot of variables that go in life, right? Where this is a life science. Med beds are a technology, but the goal is to not need them, not worry about whether they come or don't come, and put yourself in a position where you don't need them really. And there's a lot of ways right now that you can get around not needing them. A lot of technologies, these little handheld devices and all these other things that are super helpful for 90% of what people are looking for. So, Poppy, I'm going to go down to your next question, um, which is spiritual mindset. You were saying I'm intrigued with how military trains mind over matter. Would like to be able to do that. Well, as somebody that went through a very intensive boot camp program that was run by military, although I wasn't officially in the military, the number one saying is it's mind over matter. I don't mind, and you don't matter. That's really what a drill instructor would say. But that is what it is, and that was actually kind of funny because initially, when you're going through those programs, you are the one that's getting pounded, and then as you watch other teams come in behind you, it becomes funny because once you're tuned in and you know the mind games and how that's going to work, it's not, it doesn't affect you anymore. But It is mind over matter. It is mind over matter. And when I'm running through the woods and I'm just getting pounded and I've got these dumbbells and I'm just crying to mommy, is what I like to say. I'm 100% just I'm powerful, strong, and I don't quit. I'm powerful, strong, and I don't quit. I'm powerful, strong, and I don't quit. I come up with my own mantra, my own affirmation, and I might say that thing 500 times. But there comes a point when I push through and done the second climb of that hike, and I'm like, yes, I've done it, man. And it's like, now it's just a matter of getting to the finish line. But yes, 100% mind over matter. And you know, it is. It says that things that can help, it absolutely can help heal. If it's not there, it's not a complete solution. Something's broke that caused the problem to begin with. You're going to go sit in a technology and say, oh, well, I'm better now. No, you're really not. I mean, emotions and trauma and all these things sit in your body. Like if you have had a lot of trauma and you have had a lot of problems with stuff you can't forgive, forget, whatever it might be, that is stored in your body. So going in and saying, okay, that's gone, but is it really gone? Is the source of what caused it really gone? Is the diet been changed? Was it something there? Was it like a really bad emotional thing that got stored in the body that you still can't let go of, that's still going to break you down? Like your emotions store in different internal organs. The Asians are very, very smart. They understand all that. So, um, knowing that and understanding that and saying, okay, let's take this apart in layers. Let's get, let's figure out what are the things that I'm still holding on to. Sometimes it's very difficult. You've had people do things in your life that are very hard to forgive, but at the same time, it's hurting you worse than it's hurting them to hold on to it, right? You have to kind of let it go and just say, look, that's between them and God, whatever it is. But um, yeah, I think that's probably a good place to leave it. So if anybody has any other questions, I'll circle back to what I was saying before. We've got the Wave Watch. You buy the Wave Watch, you're going to get a free red light, our new portable red light technology at no additional charge. That's a $300 value. We've got the Terahertz wands, the 7.0, our top seller. You get one of those. You get a free red light technology. And if there's something on there that I'm going to put USA MedBed at Gmail. If there's something that you're looking for that you want to purchase or you're looking at, contact me because I can create a custom special offer for my viewers who are my extended family at some level. And let's go ahead and put that over here. Boom. So go ahead and email me and say, hey, you know what? I'm looking at this, I'm looking at that. Can you give me some kind of a special deal? I'll do anything and everything I can. The thing that's interesting about what we do, what I do, is that what kind of pain meds are you taking? Wow. Um, Victorious Moon. Well, Victorious Moon, why don't you email me and see if I can help you out, maybe get you a deal on something. Um, Without having to go online and say anything. Um, but it's nice here. You guys can connect with each other, and I appreciate your time. I appreciate people coming online. I know it's Black Friday, and Victorious. I just put USA MedBed at Gmail. I am going to probably bail out of the office after this call, but I'll be working over the weekend. So with that being said, everybody, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate your viewership. If you have questions in the future, we'll do more live calls. We can talk more about med beds, whatever you want to talk about. But Michael, thank you, man. I appreciate you being online today. And Poppy Love, love that. All the interaction. Janice, I appreciate your feedback there as well. If you're still on the call with us, and great call. Sometimes I put something up there. It's not always scripted. I usually let the viewers talk about what they have in their mind. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you watching my channel. I wish you nothing but success, lots of love, a lot of manifestation, and nothing but great things in your life. And I'm sending that energy to you. Take it, grab it, run with it, and I'll catch up with you on the next call. Thanks for watching.